手注意一下，我们等一下从4年级组开始进行比赛哦。4年级组结束，不用他。好，4年级组结束之后，再换我们5年级组的小朋友。好，那比赛时间每个人是3到4分钟哦。3分钟的时候会有一个铃响，哦，比较小声也亮一下，提醒你已经到3分钟了。那4分钟的时候就叮，好，长响，哦，再讲就扣分了。它不足3分钟，
学生会看，
也是会扣分哦。所以时间不足跟超过
有这么严重吗？
都是会影响最后的总分。
好了，那我就这样。
好，紧张，紧张。好，没关系，把气吐出来哦。
这样太近了，我不想让他给听到。
好，不要这样，这样是过度呼吸了。不要这样。
这样怎么气？你这才气。
来，
应该坐后面。
注意一下。
你不要坐前面，这样你打分是不是要？
那有些人下午是有其他事情哦，你比完赛你要先离开了，有没有？我要直接帮你出去。来，你是比完马上要离开吗？练球，所以好，如果除了英以外还有谁？郑恩不是也是，对不对？有吗？就你会待到结束。原则上老师预估啦，4年级组比赛结束应该也要30-40分钟，然后再来换5年级组也差不多时间，所以大概就是2点、2点半左右。好，来，然后那就只有莹莹了。好，那你如果要莹莹，你如果确定比赛结束就要离开的话，我们比赛的话一律从这边上台嘛，舞台左侧，到中间之后离开是右侧。我等一下要讲，我等一下示范一下。然后就可以，你就可以从后面那边一文展就是离开就好了。好，那上台前记得口罩要拿下来。好，你可以先放在位置上，或者是先折好放口袋。然后好，口罩记得拿下来，不然你讲话的声音会被影响到哦。然后你的脸上的表情也会做不出来哦。好，这在演讲里面都是很重要的因素哦，所以记得哦。然后再来就是等一下呢，上台的程序哦，刚刚有讲了哦，一律从舞台左手边这边哦，吴老师会讲1号选手请上台，2号请准备，哦，就下1号就一样这边 stand by， 哦，那就上来。走到这边，这边有一个记号，哦，这边要写这里，哦，简单讲就是我们摄影机正前方啦，哦，然后在这边这个位置，好，到了以后，一样跟在场的评审打招呼，然后再开始，好，从你们开始讲话发出声音的那一秒，时间就会开始计时了，哦，所以只要你一出声音，我们就开始计时，然后全部讲完之后，一样打完招呼之后。从舞台的右侧，然后绕后方回到你现在的休息区，这样了解吗？哦，整个程序是这样子。好，那现在跟我打招呼。好，放轻松哦。那我们再稍等一下，哦。同学，有的，来。4年级就结束，有要休息吗？还是要继续讲？
我觉得继续讲就好。
直接讲哈。好，他如果有要上厕所什么的，在个别让记住就好。好，这样我们好。好，那我们这边注意一下，我们4年级组就直接接5年级组哦，中间不休息。哦，你如果真的有生理需求，想要上厕所什么的，在举手，吴老师会在这边，我会让你出去。好，那结束之后再安静的回到位置，好吧？好 ，OK。那我们等一下，沙老师就准备正式开始了。 小朋友的地方吗？
没有。
没有哈。
就他们应该知道不能讲自己的。
对，那个上台的时候跟评审打招呼的时候，不能讲自己的班级姓名、座号，只能讲你的编号而已。你是第几号选手，这样了解吗？老师还有要注意的地方吗？
谢谢。
那吴老师，我可以开始了吗？好 ，OK。好，来，选手们注意一下。有人在上面比赛的时候，我们在台下的选手就要自己注意了，安静。好，那我们就正式开始喽。好，在场评审老师、参赛选手，大家午安。大直国小108学年度校内多语文竞赛英语演说比赛，我们比赛正式开始。首先，请4年级组1号选手请上台，2号请准备。
Hi everyone, I'm the first one up here sharing my story. Today I would like to talk about fast food. Do you like fast food? I love fast food, especially the burger in McDonald's. French juicy patties with rich cheese. Who can ever resist the smell and the taste of them? Some people like fast food because it saves time and money. I love it simply because of the tasty burgers and the fries. I forgot to mention about the crispy fries and soda drinks. I love how it feels when the fizzy drink flows down into my throat. Oh, how delicious! I think my mouth is watering now. Excuse me. But one day, my mom told me something horrifying. She told me if I keep eating fast food, I will end up fat and short. Oh no! How can it be? You don't know that? It has a lot of sugar and fat, and you will grow this way, not this way. No way! But I can drink Coke Zero sugar. Zero is not healthy. Besides, there are no vegetables. Mom, there is lettuce in a burger. Sometimes 2 slices. You know that's not enough. Maybe my mom is right. I shouldn't eat too much fast food. Or maybe I shouldn't eat it at all. But I love the burgers, fries, and the soda drink so much. It will be so hard for me not having them. Fortunately, I have a clever mom that loves me even more. She says that I can have them at home. So, instead of the fat, she puts tofu and veggies in with the meat. And it still tastes fresh and juicy. As for the drink, she got me sparkling mineral water with some lemon slices in it. It tastes amazing and I really love it. And the best part is, I get to help her cooking. Although it takes more time, we chat and tell jokes and we have a wonderful time together. So, my mom never has to tell me how bad fast food is, because she knows that nothing beats the slow fast food that we make at home. Thank you for your listening.
好，谢谢1号选手。2号选手请上台，3号请准备。
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm number 2. Today I am going to talk about the story of Little Sparrow. Long ago, there Little Sparrow for his black hair. One day, Little Sparrow went searching for berries. He saw a beautiful, graceful bird soaring across the sky. He had never seen such as this. He kept looking at the bird. Suddenly, it swooped down toward Little Sparrow. He was so scared that he was unable to move. The giant bird clapped him and carried him high into the sky. The bird dropped Little Sparrow softly into its nest. Then it flew away. Little Sparrow was so scared. Then he had a dream, and in his dream, Little Sparrow changed into an eagle. He flew high above the clouds. He could see animals of every size and shape. The giant bird flew with Little Sparrow. They flew over lakes, rivers, and forests. Suddenly, feathers began falling from his body. He began to drop from the sky. Soon Little Sparrow was hit the ground. He awoke from his dream, but he was no longer afraid. Suddenly, Little Sparrow saw large feathers everywhere. He drew the feathers and tied to his arms and body. He jumped up from the nest. He was flying. Little Sparrow saw his home. His family and all those villagers gathered outside their homes, waving at him. Later, Little Sparrow shared his dream and adventure with everyone. From that day on, Little Sparrow was named Brave Eagle. Brave Eagle grew up, began to chief. His great-great-grandchildren tell his story today. The story of a boy who learned to face his fears and fly with a great eagle. Thank you, everyone.
好，谢谢2号选手。
3分几秒？
3:21。
谢谢。
好，3号选手请上台，4号请准备。
Hello everyone, I'm number 3. My topic is change my past. I'm usually a good friend to have, but there was one time that I was not. I would change that if I could change the past. My friend and I were at school, and it was free time. We really enjoyed ball games. While we were playing, I scored a point and my friend was very proud, so he became angry. Suddenly, he threw my ball into a nearby tree and started to walk away. I told him to get my ball back, but he didn't. Maybe he thought it was only a joke, but I wasn't laughing. I told him again, and he didn't. Why wouldn't he listen to me? I walked over to get the ball myself, but my anger got the best of me. I threw a ball at his head. It hit him, but it didn't knock him down. It only made him angry. He took a basket and threw it back at me. Quick as a flash, we were kicking and fighting until we had to be pulled apart. After this fight, my friend and I didn't talk anymore. At break time, we had to find new people to play with since neither of us or talking to the other. Some days I would wander around, trying to join games with people I didn't know very well. And some days there was no one who wanted to play with me at all. And when I found people to play with, it wasn't the same. It was hard, because after a while, I started to miss my friend. But I was too proud to say so. If I could change this, I would not fight with him. Maybe I could tell him that I was angry and use my words instead of throwing a ball at his head. Maybe I could tell him that next time he just take the ball and give it back to me, or I could just forgive him and move on. I have a lot of friends, and having a lot of friends is good, but it still bothers me to lose any friends. I wish I could change this moment so I could keep my good friend instead of being separated by a stupid fight. A few months later, he came up and played with me again. Things were fun again, and I have a big smile on my face. But I will remember, even I feel angry, I shouldn't take my feelings out on anybody and try to use my words to make the situation better. Later, I found that things cannot be solved with violence. To use your mind to solve. If the use of violence to solve it, it may cause someone to be injured or cause your own loss of a lot of things. Thank you for listening.
谢谢3号选手。
3分13秒。
4号选手请上台，5号请准备。
Good morning to one and all gathered here. I am number 4. Today I am going to discuss about the topic global warming. One of the biggest problems facing the world today is global warming. Many scientists believe that our production of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases is having a heating effect on the atmosphere, and this could be very dangerous for human life. Many problems could result from global warming. One of the biggest problems is rising sea levels. This could result in the flooding of low-lying coastal areas and cities. Some countries might even disappear completely. Another problem caused by global warming is changes in weather patterns. Many areas of the world are experiencing increased droughts, floods, and other unusual weather conditions. A third problem with global warming is the effect on animals. Fish populations could be affected, while some insect-spreading diseases might become more common. There are several things we can do to solve the problem of global warming. One solution is to stop producing CO2. We can do this by switching from oil, coal, and gas to renewable energy. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and other greenhouse Trees absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen, which is not a greenhouse gas. Of course, we should recycle and stop producing products that are bad for the atmosphere. In conclusion, if we make small changes now in the way we live, we can evoke huge changes in the future. Scientists, government, and
5号选手请上台，6号请准备。
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I'm number 5. I'm delighted to be here to share my thoughts about global warming with you. I'm delighted to be here to share my thoughts about global warming with you. I've divided my presentation into 3 parts. I'm going to start with the causes of global warming. Then, I'll talk about the present situation. And finally, what solutions we can do now. When it comes to global warming, the first thought is, the weather is becoming warmer than ever! Does anyone know the reasons? According to the research, the factors responsible for the increasingly aggravating phenomenon of global warming are many, the most important of which are massive deforestation, air contamination through the use of oil and natural gas, abnormal solar activities, and so on. Some people may say this is not something to worry about, but the real situation is that the world is heating up. Ice is melting, rivers are running dry, and shores are eroding, threatening our world. In brief, the flora and fauna are at stake. As the planet is changing, we need to collectively act right now instead of waiting or doing nothing at all. Otherwise, it will be irreversible. Here are some advices to save our environment. First, we should minimize the consumption of energy and save electricity by switching off the appliances when not in use. Second, instead of driving, try to walk more or take public transportation to school or to work. This not only can help reduce carbon dioxide, but also save money. Last but not least, plant a tree, as a single tree can absorb 1 ton of carbon dioxide in its lifetime. In the final analysis, as long as everyone does their bit, environmental conservation is likely to be achieved. This is the end of my speech. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you all enjoy my talk about global warming. Now, let's start to do our part. Have a nice day.
谢谢5号选手
3分13。
6号选手请上台，7号请准备。
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm number 6. Today, my speech will tell you about Helen Keller. Helen Keller has been blind and deaf for most of her life. The only
谢谢6号选手。
3分24。
7号选手请上台，8号请准备。
Good afternoon, everyone. I am number 7. Today, I am going to discuss about the topic global warming. One of the biggest problems facing the world today is global warming. Many scientists believe that our production of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases is having a heating effect on the atmosphere, and this could be very dangerous for human life. Many problems could result from global warming. One of the biggest problems is rising sea levels. This could result in the flooding of low-lying coastal areas and cities. Some countries might even disappear completely. Another problem caused by global warming is changes in weather patterns. Many areas of the world are experiencing increased drought, floods, and other unusual weather conditions. The third problem with global warming is the effect on animals. Fish populations could be affected, while some insect-spreading disease might become more common. There are several things we can do to solve the problems of global warming. One solution is to stop producing CO2. We can do this by switching from oil, coal, and gas to renewable energy. Another solution is to plant more trees and stop deforestation. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen, which is not a greenhouse gas. Of course, we should recycle and stop overproducing products that are bad for the atmosphere. In conclusion, if we made a small changes now in the way we live, we can avoid huge changes in the future. Scientists, government, and individuals must work together to overcome this threat. Thank you all for listening to me.
好，谢谢7号选手。
2分17秒。
8号选手请上台，5年级组1号请准备。
Hi everyone, I'm number 8 and my topic is no more plastic please. Plastic is all around us. It packages our food and clothes. It used to make almost everything, but never goes away. It never breaks down, it just becomes trash and litter. If we could stop the producing of plastic from ever happening, I think people, animals, and the whole planet will benefit. People invented plastic, and at first it seemed like a good idea. It made some people's lives much easier. It was very convenient and comfortable, but because plastic will never decompose, it just made so much trash. Our streets are full of trash and rubbish, and that attract rats and mice and other vermin. I want to live in a clean place, and I think everyone will also like this. Animals are also affected by this. Many animals misunderstand and mistake plastic for their food. They die because they eat plastic. Their bodies are filled with plastic inside of them. Over time, plastic breaks into tiny pieces that people may not even be able to see. These small bits may look harmless, but they will be on the planet for thousands of years before they even start to decompose. Fish and small animals eat them, and the other biggest animals eat them, and the plastic from one animal travels up the food chain. The animal keeps eating more and more trash. If we stop producing plastic or never started, the food chain will be back to normal. When we produce plastic, it uses oil and creates lots of pollution in the air. Our atmosphere is getting hotter and hotter, and plastic Also, floating islands made of only trash, mountains of waste that no one knows how to stop. No one benefits from this. I wish no one had ever invented plastic. Maybe there is a better way to be convenient, or people can be less lazy and not kill Earth. Next time you want to buy something plastic, consider buying something made of glass, metal, or paper. These materials are very easy to recycle and will usually break down when they are done. This problem requires us to be considerate and think ahead. Everyone wants a cleaner life and a cleaner surrounding. Thank you for listening.
好，谢谢8号选手。
3分08。
好，那我们4年级组的赛程到这边告一个段落。接下来我们要进行的是5年级组。那这边有请5年级1号选手请上台，2号请准备。
Hello everyone, I'm number 1. Today my topic is the problem with plastic. A tiny blue dot, a blue marble, the blue planet. All these places perfectly describe the place that we call home. From space, our Earth looks blue because 71% of its surface is covered with oceans. No one knows how many different species of living things are in the ocean. Scientists have identified and named more than 240,000. However, there are likely to be millions more. Every single one, no matter how big or small, depends on Earth's ocean for survival. But the oceans are in trouble, big trouble. Our plastic planet. Every year up to 13 million tons of plastic enters the world's seas. It's an enormous number. It's impossible to imagine it. But break it down and it looks like 60 trucks of plastic bags, water bottles, and other rubbish emptying their cargo into the ocean. A turtle swallows a plastic bag, thinking it's a jellyfish. The gray whale has become entangled in plastic fishing lines. The problem like plastic is seem overwhelming. simple. See someone else abandoned, pick it up and recycle it. So let's take action to protect it. Thank you for listening.
好，谢谢1号选手。2号选手请上台，3号请准备。
Hello everybody, I'm number 2. Today I'm going to talking about my dream. Everyone should have a dream. My brother's dream is to become a pilot. My dream is a little bit different. I want to run a breakfast shop. The name of the shop is Jaja. It's located in a business area. The decor of my shop will be comfortable and modest. Not a fancy type, after all, it's the food that matters. You may be curious about why I want to run a breakfast shop. The reasons are simple and sincere. Being a chef, I have a good knowledge of cooking. And to provide excellent and healthy food is always my passion. Moreover, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. There's nothing more cheerful than starting a day with nutrition and delicious breakfast. As for menu, we provide French, Italy, and Japanese. I will create a special sauce that make every customer keep coming back for it. I don't know much about doing business. I do know that running a breakfast shop is a lot through. The touring job and working hours might be passion. That's why it is a dream always to me to run a breakfast shop. Thank you everyone.
谢谢2号选手。
2分08。
3号选手请上台，4号请准备。
Hello everyone. I am number 3. Today I'm going to talk about the impact of coronavirus. The novel coronavirus was first reported in December 2019. Changed not only the lives of the people in Wuhan, but also changed the lives of every person on this planet. At first, many thought that this was not a very serious problem, but then it spread widely throughout the world and affected a lot of people. Cities were locked down, classes were cancelled, and finally, people started to realize how much danger the virus brought. Taiwan was one of the first countries that started to make new rules and give new orders as soon as we heard the news. The reason why Taiwan is more successful than other countries is we responded very quickly. Although some people were still affected, but I am proud to say that we still did a really good job. Many other countries like the USA and Japan all look up to us too. It may be inconvenient for us to put on our masks every day and wash our hands all the time, especially when summer is just around the corner and the temperature is rising slowly. Also, we cannot go out with our friends as often as before. But it is still very important to put on our masks when going to public places and keep our social distance so we will all stay safe and healthy. nothing more important than that. I hope that this virus can be defeated by us soon. And I want to take this opportunity to thank all of the doctors and nurses all around the world that have been risking their own lives to save others. It must not be easy for them to risking their own lives to save others. I wish that I can be a useful person and try to make the world a better place like they are right now. Thank you for listening.
好，谢谢3号选手。
2分25。
4号选手请上台，5号请准备。
Hello everyone, I'm number 4. Today, I'm going to share with you the history of pizza. Hawaiian chicken barbecue, New York hot dog, ham and garlic, mushroom, margarita. Pizza in a wide variety of flavors can be found in nearly every country all over the world. But how did this simple food, consisting of dough, cheese and sauce, become so loved? The history of pizza begins in antiquity, when various Asian cultures produced basic flatbreads. The origins of pizza have been discussed time and time again, but most people know that pizza came from Italy. The word pizza itself was first documented in 997 AD in Chieta and throughout parts of central and southern Italy. Did pizza really originate in Italy? One theory suggests it did not. Marco Polo, an Italian merchant, traveled through Asia around the 1200s. When he came to China, he encountered a baked scallion pancake known as 葱油馅饼. When Marco Polo returned to Italy and missed scallion pancakes, he decided to try to find a chef who would be willing to make them for him. He met a chef from the Naples at a dinner party and persuaded him to recreate the dish. The chef attempted to make the dish for several hours without much success. Marco Polo suggested putting the fillings on top of the dough instead of the inside. The change made the dish work. When the chef returned to the Naples, he added cheese and other ingredients to form what is known as pizza. This early pizza really caught on in Italy. However, the tomato sauce that pizza is known for was not included in the seasonings until American-based settlers began bringing tomatoes back to Europe in the 16th century. Modern pizza today was initially sold in food carts on the street and became known as a favored food by tourists. By the 1900s, pizza had arrived in America. Its popularity spread with the arrival of Italian immigrants, who brought their recipes to places like New York and Los Angeles. Pizza Hut is an American restaurant chain, which was founded in 1958 in Kansas by Dan and Frank Carney. When the Carney brothers established the first Pizza Hut, they found out that the signboard can only accommodate 8 English letters, and 5 of them must have the word pizza. Since the appearance of this restaurant is similar to a hut, the Carney family suggested adding the word hut, and the name Pizza Hut was born. In Taiwan, Pizza Hut opened its first branch in Nanjing East Road in 1986. Today, Pizza Hut has more than 18,000 restaurants, making it the world's largest pizza chain. Now that you know more about pizza, there is still one question. What flavor will you order for dinner? Thank you for your listening.
谢谢4号选手。
3分34。
5号选手请上台，6号请准备。
Hello everyone, I am number 5 and today I would like to share with you the history of chocolate. Are you a chocolate lover? If so, you are not alone. Every year, people consume over 3 million tons of cocoa beans. You might already know how delicious chocolate is,
but there's so much more to learn about it. 1,000 years ago, chocolate was a big secret. Only a few people drank it, and nobody ate it. The first chocolate drinkers were farmers who lived by the rainforest in Central America. The farmers were a group of people called Mayans. But preparing cocoa beans was hard work and took a long time, so most people were only allowed to drink chocolate as a special treat. Hundreds of years later, a group of fierce people called Aztecs arrived in a Mayan village. To avoid trouble, the Mayans offered their precious beans. The Aztecs enjoyed drinking chocolate. It was not like today's hot chocolate, but a bitter drink made with ground cocoa beans, water, and spices. In fact, the word chocolate means bitter water in Aztecan. In 1519, a Spanish explorer named Cortés stood out with an army to fight the Aztecs. The Spaniards conquered the Aztecs. Chocolate was then brought to Europe, where people added sugar to it. But turning cocoa beans into chocolate took a long time, and it was very expensive. Only rich Europeans with enough money could afford the drink. It wasn't until inventors came up with a steam engine that things changed. Suddenly, lots of goods could be made up more easily, including chocolate. In 1847, an English chocolate maker, Francis Fry, thought there could be one thing better than drinking chocolate, and that was eating it. His problem was how to turn chocolate paste into solid bars. He noticed that cocoa butter hardened as it cooled. He added butter and sugar into chocolate paste and waited. Slowly, it went hard. Fry had invented the world's first chocolate bar. Meanwhile, in Switzerland, there lived a candle maker named Daniel Peter. He fell in love with the chocolate maker's daughter, and he had a brilliant idea. He tried adding milk, but that made the chocolate too runny. Luckily, Henry Nestor, who lived next door, knew a lot about baby food, and found a way to thicken Peter's chocolate mix. The world's first milk chocolate bar was born. The next challenge was to mix chocolate with other ingredients. In 1912, a Belgian chocolate maker, Jean Neuhaus, invented hard chocolate shells that could hold soft fillings. From then on, there has been no stopping. Caramel, toffee, almonds, vanilla. You name it, they added it. Not only is chocolate a delicious snack, but it also has a rich history. Today, we can buy chocolate almost everywhere in the world, and they are nothing like the Mayans' bitter drink. If the Mayans witnessed how popular chocolate became, their jaws will be sure to drop. Thank you for your listening.
好，谢谢5号选手。
3分27。
6号选手请上台，7号请准备。
Good afternoon, judges and fellow students. I'm number 6. Today, I want to talk about my favorite sport, basketball. There are many sports in the world. For example, tennis, volleyball, basketball, table tennis, dodgeball. Among them, my favorite sport is basketball. Why do I like basketball? Let me tell you all about it. When I was 7 years old, I saw my sister play basketball on the court very hard for her team, and she won the victory. I'm so proud of her. At that moment, I fell in love with basketball immediately. I hope I can play basketball handsomely on the court, like my sister one day. Since my favorite sport is basketball, I joined the basketball camp. I learned basketball's basic skills. For example, lay up, cut, cross-leg dribble. In this camp, I found that basketball is not just for fun. It needs teamwork and cooperate with each other.
rotation. My best move is shooting. Align the basket, adjusting my shooting style and direction. Usually, I score 7 goals out of 10, and I think it's a pretty good performance. I like basketball. I like to be sweaty on the court, run on the court, compete with everyone, enjoy the joy of scoring. I love to play basketball, and this sport will accompany me for the rest of my life. Thank you for your listening.
好，谢谢6号选手。
2分30秒。
7号选手请上台，8号请准备。
Achoo! Sorry, I am only allergic. No fever. Still a good sense of smell. Good afternoon, honorable judges, boys and girls. I am number 7. My topic today is the changes of lifestyle during the COVID-19. After the outbreak of COVID-19, people's lifestyle have changed quite a bit. The changes include wearing masks, keeping healthy life, and warning one another to wash hands. The first big change is wearing masks. All the passengers in the MRT, taxi drivers, police officers, waiters in the restaurants, and even my classmates around me are wearing a mask. It is all because of the spreading effect from the COVID-19. When wearing masks has become a necessary part of our outfits, just like clothes and shoes. Different colors and designs of a mask has eventually come up as people's own identities. In other words, a touch of beauty in life has emerged during the COVID-19. When it comes to my personal experience from the COVID-19, I would say my biggest change has been a serious rule to go to bed and wake up on time. Look, I used to study very late, and therefore a hurry wake up often causes a speedy breakfast. Actually, I did not have enough energy during the day. Now, to cope with the COVID-19 with good health, I need to have good sleep. Going to bed on time and sleeping well is my biggest change of lifestyle, thanks to the COVID-19. I have also noticed that washing hands now becomes a catchword in daily conversation. Not only washing hands, but washing everything. Perhaps you will agree that the most popular items on the shopping list nowadays are soaps, detergents, and even alcohols. Having said that, I am worried if these items will be harmful to the earth after being heavily used. Where do these leftovers go? To be sure, the lifestyle during the COVID-19 has changed people's mindset. I am also the one under the impact. I go to bed on time. I become an early bird. However, if there is one thing that concerns me most, I would say, save the earth, but without too many detergents. Thanks for listening.
谢谢7号选手
3分23。
8号选手请上台，9号请准备。
Good afternoon, judges and fellow students. I'm number 8. Today, I want to talk about the coronavirus. At the end of the year 2019,
A terrible disease from Wuhan, China, which is now named COVID-19, was formed. It has already taken almost 250,000 lives. These victims are people's mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and cousins. It's more serious than we can even imagine. The common symptoms of COVID-19 include coughing, fever, and difficulty breathing. But once it develops into a serious condition, the pain I hear is beyond belief. It's quite scary and worth our concern and vigilance. According to medical researchers, there's no direct treatment or cure for this disease. Even though scientists have been working hard, there still isn't a vaccine. Anyone and everyone is at risk to catch COVID-19 at any time. Therefore, we need to be even more careful with this disease among us. Thankfully, the government has some policies to keep us safe. I'm happy to live in a place where the government takes care of its people and takes the genuine interest in our well-being. However, inconvenient in the short term, I know these restrictions are in place for my own good. Take mask transit, for example. If we don't wear masks when taking the MRT or the bus, we'll be fine. $15,000 is a lot, but not nearly as expensive as a potential outbreak. It's a good reminder to tell us that the disease is still serious. Also, almost at every restaurant, cram school, or public establishment have policies to keep us safe. For example, we need to keep social distancing when in line or in class. It's clear to see, after these policies were enacted, the confirmed cases in Taiwan have obviously decreased. It's surely worth all of our praise. As an elementary school student, I'll do the following to fight this horrible disease. First of all, I'll wear a mask every day, whether it's going to school or walking on the street. Washing my hands as soon as I get home or after touching public things. In addition, I won't share my meals with others. Last but not least, I'll use alcohol to clean my desk and chair often. Through my efforts, I hope I can do my part as an elementary school student to contain this deadly disease. This is the end of my speech. Thank you for your attention and hope all of us can get through this difficult time.
好，谢谢8号选手。
3分15秒。
9号选手请上台。
Hello everyone, I'm number 9. Today I'm going to tell you the beauty of Taiwan. Taiwan, my motherland, it's a beautiful island, though it is not as big as China, but there are a great number of different things to see and to explore. To begin with Formosa, which means the beautiful island. It was the Portuguese called Taiwan when they came here in the 16th century. Why did the Portuguese pay Taiwan such a great compliment? Geographically, there are many kinds of landforms, including forested mountains, hills, plateaus, coastal plains, and basins. Taiwan now has 8 national parks and 13 national scenic areas. There are abundant species of plants and wildlife, such as the Formosan black bear, the landlocked salmon, the Formosan rock monkey, and many more. I really recommend the Ali Mountain in Kenting. On Ali Mountain, visitors can enjoy breathtaking sunrises and look down upon seas of clouds. In Kenting, visitors can enjoy coastal scenery and do some water activities. Moving on to the culture, because of Taiwan's long history, there are many cultural remnants that are worth visiting. For instance, Anping Old Fort in Tainan and Fort San Domingo in Shan Shui. Besides, different ethnic groups have formed customs, various traditions. I like the traditional activities on Chinese festival, such as eating mooncakes on Mid-Autumn Day and receiving red envelope containing lucky money on the Chinese festival. And I really recommend the nightlife. Taiwan is a bustling country day and night, especially in big cities like Taipei and Taichung. You will never get bored because stores are open until very late at night. By the way, don't miss going to the night market where you can eat local Taiwanese snacks at a low price. The end. Thank you.
好，谢谢9号选手。
2分15秒。
好，那我们今天英语演说比赛，我们4年级以及5年级组的赛程到这边都结束了。那很感谢各位选手今天的参与。那趁这个机会，我们也邀请一下我们评审老师为各位做简单的讲评。那我们先邀请哪位老师呢？好，请年军老师自称每位。
谢谢小朋友们来参加这个英文演讲的比赛。那个，我觉得你们很棒，因为你们帮自己设立了一个这个目标不算太大，哦，这真的只是你人生里面一个小小的目标。哦，那我不知道你们是被逼的还是自己想要来。
被逼的。
我希望，其实我不相信你真的是被逼，我知道你心里一定有某一部分是你自愿的，哦，因为如果你不愿意的话，就算大人怎么讲。